Everybody, we are here with my second official video for MNC. As you know by the title, today I'm going to be going over some of the beginner mistakes that I've seen a few players make. I've been asked by my guild members just to make a video on it, just to refresh their minds, because sometimes I may repeat myself multiple times or whatever. Sorry about that. But yeah. So we've made a list of what we're going to go over through. As you can see here, this is what we'll go through in the video. But yeah, so when you're playing the game, you'll eventually unlock this over here called Evolution. This is where you can ascend different factions. You can ascend like your heroes. You've got the requirements. You'll use these, say that, then you'll ascend it and you'll make that. So what a big mistake is that some players do is what I've done as well. It's okay to do early game, but don't focus them too much. If you go over here to the monsters, you'll see if you go into the gallery and you click on a faction, you'll have Hellfire, Legendary, and Epic. So when I first started, my mistake was that I had Heberim. He was a very good early game, but I was focusing too much on him rather than getting the rest of my team up. So we ended up having Heberim up at 4-star. But if you click on the monsters, you can see Siren, who's legendary, can go up to 13-star, where your epics are locked at 9-star. So essentially, I was losing in PvP and other game modes because everyone else had like 10 stars and 11 stars, whilst I was stuck with a 9-star, and I was losing out on power, strength, and damage all around. So a mistake that players that I myself have, obviously, like I've said, have made is upgrading them and focusing them. So when you start the game, you don't want to focus them too much. You can get them to 6-star because that way you can use them as fodder. Say you can use it for Loki. Loki is an amazing starter character. She's easy to get. You get a shiny, like, guaranteed. But yeah, so with it, you can have her. She can go to 13-star. Not recommended to do that unless you really wanted to push her there. Feel free, you do you. But I don't really recommend getting past at least 10-star. 10-star she can use as fodder for someone else, say Nafisa. But early game, legendary Hellfires, you want to focus those rather than epics. Epics, like I've said, get 6-star minimum. Well, the maximum is probably, obviously, it's fine to get them 9-star, but make sure you've got someone else back up. Like with Heberim, I eventually was able to get Zenobia and replaced Heberim with her, but she was a lot harder to get up. Obviously, being a dragon, draconic, insanely hard to get early game and somewhat. But yeah, epic, fine to have, but I don't really recommend. If you want to focus more on your stronger characters, 6-star, no further until later on when you're trying to get more food and trying to feed someone else. I would definitely just say focus on legendary and Hellfire monsters when you're playing the game. That is definitely a big focus. And I've seen a lot of players that haven't done that and they're still struggling, trying to get, obviously, their draconic and I don't know what you call them now. I just call them dragons and demons or whatever. But yeah, so your dragons, your demons, people don't really focus them because they've been upgrading epic heroes and have kind of messed up their progression. But yeah, that's the first step of a mistake to miss when you're a new player. As a new player, you're gonna unlock this up here, the Lordly Void. I'm a level 161. I have everything in the game unlocked. VIP 10. Obviously, I've spent quite an amount. Everything's open to me, so I've got free range in the game. As a new player, as you're leveling up, you won't have all of these open. You won't have as much stuff here to get. This glyph shop will not be open either. I can't remember exactly when it opens up, but it's it's like roughly just before mid game, is when it opens up. You get the Evo gem. You've got your guild shop, which you don't want to spend, but we'll come on to that later on. A really shop, you get more stuff opening up the further you go into the game. Like to start off with, these here are not open, but these up here are the top 4 are. The bottom 4 are not open to you until you've opened up this thing here. You look at 11 star. It's Awakening, but we'll speak on that later. So yeah, you've got your Throne shop, which is for like Zenith, the Archdemon, which is from your dice. Eversoul, this is obviously the Eversoul summons and stuff. Void shop, obviously, dice again, your Void stuff. Guardian shop is, if you go over to here, you've got the City Guardian. You unlock these. You obtain them the further you go, the more of the Enchanted Scrolls you get, and you also get the Guardian coins that are used in the shop. Adamantite is obviously the gold mine where you can get your magic devices. Crafting shop is just your crafting. That is, can't find it. Is obviously from your craft workshop. So you'll do that, and then you've got some of that. You've got some coins there. You go over to here, and then you'll see in the top corner you see what you've got there, and then you can just spend it in the shop. So a mistake that some player that I've made myself a lot, and I really regret doing, is in the Guardian shop, you have obviously your Enchanted Scrolls, which are used. If I go over to a rune, you can reforge a rune. And you see down here a cost to reforge it. I reforged some of mine, so you can collect here and you can select which one you'd like. After once you've hit the stage. But I was doing it on legendary runes, which obviously is not worth it unless you're struggling to get your red runes, like roughly around where I am now, which is why I'm sometimes I'll reforge it just like once or twice, try and get lucky. If not, never again. You most want to save it for reforging your enigmas and where is it? I found it. There we go. The glyph shop. So you obviously you can use them to buy stuff, and they are also used to upgrade these glyphs. That is obviously the red one, Glyph Essence, which is higher up. So it takes, if I show you, so you've got the base one, takes 10k and 4 of those. And then to go up from your 1-star upwards, it's 20k and 6 of them. And obviously, as you've seen on my name now, Lilith, that's her name. You need 12, and it's not cheap to buy. Obviously 3,000 is for one, and then each potent, so I do believe that base with nothing on it is 3k, potent is 3.5, and rare at 4,000. So what I was doing in the guidance shop was buying these, and I was halting my progress, buying those, reforging my rooms, and then buying glyphs. When obviously glyphs you can use gems. I wouldn't recommend it, but you get enough. You get enough enchantment scrolls just for doing the City Guardian. You get enough to buy a few rooms and just have the base ones and get your runes up first. You don't really wanna. You wanna kind of focus on buying your runes and getting them as quickly as possible, because they do buff. They do buff a lot of damage. If we go over here, we have 5% damage and 5% HP compared to a yellow, which is a 1%. You get a 1% increase. However, say if we go to the Reforge, I do believe that only on here it can only go up to 2-star, which is red, not red, blue. Whereas on here you can go up to 3-star on the yellows. You can have a 3 and a 2-star, 3 and a 1-star. Whereas obviously on the purples you can't really do that. Obviously reds are way better. You can get double 3-star, or you can go up to 4-star, which is just below the higher one. The only way I believe you can get these, is obviously upgrading it further. Which is obviously in the rune forges, always when you get up to here, the unrefined is where you can get. You see on there, it tells you on the runes when you have them, tells you how you can get them, and it tells you what you can get on them. Obviously, you can get a skill 4 and a skill 5, or 2 skill 4s on there, which is very good. I do believe on mine, refining. Camera, where you find it now? Ah! See if it'll show us. Don't think it'll show us. But obviously, when you summon it, it'll show you what you can get on it. And on these, you're able to get a 3 and a 2-star, or a 4 and a 2-star. I think if you're very lucky, I think you can get 4 and a 3-star. Not 100% sure. I haven't got one of those yet, but that is obviously something to do. Obviously, that's in the Lordy Vault. That's where you got all that stuff. Another mistake people make in the Lordy Vault is buying like the whole shop of gems. You don't need to do that. You really don't. It's the only thing I'd recommend buying early game for new starters. Obviously, get your free login stuff, get your 1 summon, and get your 200 Evo Stones. Evo Stones are the bane of my existence. They are so annoying to get. So every chance you have a chance to get them, you need to buy them. Arena tickets, I've got enough. I don't really buy them. I buy them now and then if I feel like it. I mostly buy them when I'm doing the weekly resets, where obviously challenge you get obviously up here you get 100. So basically all you need to do is have 100 per week, and you can get that. So I don't need to be buying them for quite a while. But obviously I'm towards the end of the game. Main reason I bought them because of the assistance. I can do it on the shop, and I've had the item in there. Actually, I'm going to remove it. But yeah, so obviously just been buying them and just had it left on and just left it on there. But you don't really have to buy them. There's no need for them. Your speed, you don't really have to do that either, unless you towards the end of the game you kind of need a bit of extra coins or whatever to buy in the shop. Fair enough, do as you will. The enchantment scrolls, I will buy them now and then if I have enough gems, or if I really need the little extra 1k buff to buy in the shop, I'll do it. Most of the time I don't need to. Devil cores, you can buy them if you have like, say like you got like 12k gems, like 10, 12k plus, and you can keep getting back the 2k a day, and you're not too fussed about starting your progress with those gems. Fair enough, buy them daily. But I don't really recommend doing that early game because you need your gems. You want to save your gems for events and the gem walls and stuff like that. Lucky shop, all I do really is just buy the ones with mithril because that's just the easiest thing to do. So next up we have the Rebel Pact or the Guild. Either or, same thing. So first of all, we can talk about this thing down here, the group deals booth. So as you can see, you can trade this guy, Abergernstall. Can't pronounce his name properly. But yeah, so when you log on, every day you should be able to bargain, which is, as you can see, I bargain. You can see all of the plays on the Guild of Bargain as well. So what you don't want to do is trade straight away. You want to wait for this to be a negative. Because once it's a negative, when you trade, that's whatever's here is what you gain. If it's in positive, like say, like our guild member, okay, girl has bargained and she's purchased, which means she is purchased for either that price there, or she's purchased for the price on here, which you don't want to do, because obviously this here it's not really worth that price. And if you're going to be able to gain gems back while spending nothing, it's always a bonus. Like free gems, you can't really pass that up at any time. You always need gems all the time in this game. So yeah, never trade until it's in a negative and you have more members. The more members that have purchased it or have bargained, the more gems you're going to get back, essentially. Next up in the Rebel Pact for the next part is Fate Reversal. Obviously, I'm mid game. I'm quite mid to late game, so I've got most of mine are almost maxed out. I'm literally just on the last one before all of them are maxed out. So essentially what it is that you get bonuses, you get like attack, crit damage, obviously, like you say, like these two are the same, but you go into like this one is defense, and then it's obviously crit res, then here it's evasion rate and crit resistance. So your damage dealers are the same, and then your tanks and your healers are a bit different. But all the ones around here are all the same for each three, but these ones are all different for each one. Obviously you get the little buffs, your tank and stuff like that. So when you're starting off, you don't want to spread them out. Like you can see with how I'm doing this, I'm getting one up at each time. But you want to focus what you need the most, or what you believe your team needs more. Obviously, attack, HP, and hit rate, they can wait because I need the invasion rate, the crit res, and then obviously magic reduction because I need my healers to stay alive. And obviously the attack and other stuff, I can just get by gear or use runes, glyphs. Easy other ways to get that rather than spending here when you can get other stuff around here, which you can't really do with other runes and stuff unless you know what you're doing, or it'll be a bit harder. But here you get a big of a buff, like you see on this one. I've got 20% crit res rate, which is incredible. But that is maxed out. Obviously it goes up by 5% each time. You see here, so we've got sharpness, which is the attack, which is 15, compared to this one, which is 20. So every 10 of these is 5% increase, and each one has enables. And obviously the first one requires them all to be 20. Level 2 requires them to be 30, and then level 4 requires them to be all level 40. They are very good to get. And I also don't spread them, don't do your mage and then say your healer at the same time. Focus on one, getting that one up, and then do the next one, and then do the next one. Like obviously I focus on the mages, then my frontliner, and then obviously my tank, and then obviously my support. Because support, she's good to have, but I feel like my tank and my fighters and my damage dealers can do way more work. Obviously, not alone. I can also use my Eva Souls to obviously help me as well as a support, which is good to do. So don't spread them. Focus on one thing. Another big mistake that isn't talked about quite a lot is Yggdrasil. So with this, obviously you can attach that, and then obviously you get these eggs. So when you start the game, you won't have it locked, this synthesize. So essentially what synthesizing does is that you can synthesize all of these to create your epics or yellows or whatever you get. If you get lucky enough, you can pull shinies and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. But you get those through Yggdrasil up in the top left corner. And obviously you can get different ones. The higher you are in it, the more upgrades you get. Obviously I'm quite past it, but obviously you see all the upgrades you can get with it. See what you get the further you are. But the max level is 100, which I'm not close to that. I'm at level 60. But yeah, so with Hatchery, on my free-to-play account, which I'll make another video on soon, I am not summoning anything unless it's a yellow, because if I keep saving it, then it means I can synthesize them, and then once I have a lot to synthesize, I can make a bunch of yellows and use it either as food or hopefully get lucky and get some Hellfires and some shinies to boost my team, which is something that I would recommend new players. Only hatch your yellows, don't hatch purples or anything else. Purples and blues, you can just go over here, Lucky Shop, if you really want to, like I do. You can just buy it with Mithril. If you have a bunch left over, like I'm at 150 mil, so obviously I can just go around and just click it, buy it, and that's me. But yeah, you also you can get a lot of purples, or just you gacha and stuff, so it's pretty simple. So only summon in the hatchery if it's yellow. And lastly but not least if there's any other things you think I've missed for beginners, let me know. I'll make a part 2. But for this video, the last and not least one is spreading fodder. Do not spread it. A big mistake players make. As you can see, our mines are a bit spread, but I'm towards the end of the game. I already had these two made before I started building up Lilith and Zenobia. So these two have obviously replaced these two down here. I still use them because obviously in the gold mine, if you go over here, been interrupted. But you can have 2 teams. Obviously, I can still use them up here, which is pretty good. But when you're starting off, build one team. Don't spread. You just want to focus on one team. If we go on to the alt account that I have, I'll show you how I am building my characters. So I'm focusing on Nafisa and Loki. That is one that they're both in the same faction, which isn't clearly smart. But yeah. So we obviously have Loki. We can ascend her, but obviously the 6-star that I can use, I kind of need. But until I get a replacement for him, he's staying 6-star, and Loki is going to be going up. And then obviously get more Nafisa, then she's going up. But Loki isn't my main focus because I can get her. She's very easy to get, easily summoned, and whatever else. So she's going to be up first. Nafisa, I can also, if we go into the shops, we go around to, I can find it. Where is it? Void shop. I can get her there as well. I can get Nafisa in the void shop. So obviously I can get her eggs, which is going to be easier for me to get her up, which means I'm not spreading too much. Obviously that is 3 characters in the same faction, but the 6-star here can be used elsewhere. When I eventually get her replaced with, hopefully I can get Zenobia or Lilith in, which should replace those 2. Obviously you can get those multiple ways, which is pretty good. And you've also got Octasia and other stuff, and they're going to stay where they are. But yeah, as you can see, I'm not spreading too far. I've got a main team. The rest are not being touched. Even if I put another Hellfire, cool. Depends who I get. Might use them, might not. You don't always have to use every Hellfire you get. Not all of them are the best to use. It depends what kind of game mode or how early you are on the stage, how late game you are, how mid game. It varies a lot. So the main team that everyone uses, like even if we go into like the X servers for me, you'll see everyone's got pretty much the exact same team. You've also got your Zenobia, you've got your Lilith, you've got your Octasia, and you've got your Vanzo. Everyone has essentially just got the exact same team. But yeah, so obviously you always want to save these up. They are hard to get, but once you're at the stage where you know how to get them, it's very simple. Like Evo gems, recycling from your summons, you can buy all of the ones that you kind of want in your team. You can also get them from the class shop. You get Lilith and Zenobia. In your throne, you can also get Cuckoo. Doulahan's not the best. You don't have to summon him. He's just kind of there. Obviously, Evo Souls, you can get all of them. You can get, thankfully, we've now got Pal and Vesper in there. They are a bit extra because they were event limited. They are extra, but in the Evo Souls, you can get all of them. Obviously, in your Void shop, you can't get them in Void, which is, it's annoying you can't get them in Void, but also makes sense. But 3 to 4 ways, I think the max is 3 ways. And obviously, in your pack summons, you can get these here. Unless you're whaling, don't use your gems on them because you can obviously buy them, but you get 1 daily free summon. If you don't get it, you don't get it. To keep waiting each week, it'll go down and down. Eventually, get it. But yeah, that's what you kind of want to do. You want to wait. You want to bide your time building one team. Like on my alt account, I've got Lilith. I don't have Lilith. Loki. So Loki is good early game, and then eventually I can sacrifice her to build Zenobia. So obviously you need. We show it here. You need a faction based one there, and then also here you need a 10-star. Which obviously, if we make Loki on the alt account 10-star, we can use as fodder to make a 12-star or even just 11-star. It's pretty cool. Obviously, she's amazing, getting her up and stuff like that. But yeah, don't spread. I've spread a little bit because obviously I've got a bit of spare stuff. I can now make 2 teams, and I'm at a stage in the game where I am comfortable enough to make that second team just up to 9-star. I'm not making them 10-star just because it's a waste of food here. When obviously I need that food to boost up my other team and stuff like that. So we're waiting out on that until I'm able to get the team up. But yeah, don't spread your team. It will affect you. I recommend building 1 from each faction. Because if you look up until 9-star, obviously getting 9 stars are easily gone if you bide your time. But they're all based in 1 faction. So obviously you've got here, you've got your Alchemist, and obviously he needs Alchemist as well. You've got here, you've got your Abyss, and obviously you need Abyss. And then the same for here. Obviously 6 stars can be for any faction for your dragons and demons. And over here, so you've got your 6-star from there. So I'd recommend building for 1 faction. On the alt account, yes, we do have Nafisa and Loki, but I'm more knowledgeable of what I can do. And obviously, Loki, she can be very good, Nafisa is very good. And I kind of know when to build the characters, but obviously Loki's going to be 9-star before Nafisa, because she's going to be easier to get up, and Nafisa is going to last longer. Loki is going to be built to 9-star and then fed off. So I'd recommend building 1 character from each faction. And then obviously, if we go over to here, with each faction, you get the bonuses as well. So say if I had take these 2 off, we'll add Alchemist and then add that, you get a bonus there. You get 17% HP and 12% attack. That's going to help you out a lot, and it is very good to have early game. Having that bonus is absolutely amazing. Obviously, towards the end of the game, you're going to want to get the big bonuses, which is where you're going to want. Say if we did this, then you're going to get 25-19, which is the most you can get. But yeah, early game, that's quite good. Obviously, it's going to save you a lot of time and a lot easier to get your 9-star. The Evo gems are very annoying to get. The Evo stones, these are a pain to get, but once you've got them, easy to get, easy to ascend early game. You can get a lot if you have whales on here. Obviously, you get these, you get gems. Here you get gems as well, and then say for these, you can get obviously you get your Evo stones very easily. So a lot of ways to get it. If you know what you're doing, you're gonna be set for the game. But obviously, it can be tough. But yeah, don't spread until you're comfortable enough to do so. But yeah, if you have any other questions on what you want me to cover on beginner mistakes, or if you want help with anything in the game, feel free to comment. I'm going to leave the Discord server that we have for our server and my guild. I'll leave a link in the description for it, and you can all join. Feel free to contact any of us in the server, and we'll help you out. But until next time, in a bit.